Hi folks, we're here to talk about Ibogaine today. Ibogaine hydrochloride is a plant-based medicine that hails from Gabon, Africa. It's a well-known molecule and it does some amazing things. And I'm here to tell you what those amazing things are. If you want to get clean from drugs or alcohol, you need to go to a facility. You need to go to an addiction recovery center that will detox your body over a period of time, and then you're going to go through heavy therapy with other addicts, with other alcoholics. But the problem is that business hasn't changed for 60, 70 years. It takes you're there for 60 days. The long-term success rate, 7 to 8%. Not too good. Here's what Ibogaine does. Instead of going through, if you're a heroin or fentanyl addict, it could take you 30, 35 days for your body to really get clean. Ibogaine does it in 12 to 36 hours. Completely cleans your body. It does a couple things. Number one, it resets the brain. It actually resets your brain like you were never addicted. And because of that, what it does is it actually takes away your craving for the drug. Absolutely amazing. There is no other drug like this. It works for alcohol. It works for fentanyl. It works for cocaine. It works for heroin. Throw it out there, it works. 95% of the drugs that are out there, it can get you clean. It also works for other ailments, depression, PTSD. They're studying Parkinson's, all sorts of things. What we're hoping is this drug becomes legal one day, because right now you can only get treated really in Mexico, where it is kind of a gray market, but there are many clinics down here that have been doing it for many years. What we're trying to do for the US and Canada, we are going to try to legalize it. Our sole mission is to do a clinical trial, a legitimate clinical trial in Canada, maybe the US, depending on how things go, and to bring this to the masses, because you want this to be a legalized drug. It got put on a Schedule I drug. It's illegal from way back on the war on drugs. And it's time for this drug to come to the masses. It is a medical procedure. It's not a take-home pill. You have to come down to a clinic where we are today, Ahal, Ibogaine, which is in Playa del Carmen. Great people, really personalized service. And they treat many, many ailments. But our goal is we're a public company in Canada on the TSX. What we're trying to do is make this a legal drug and really help clean up the streets, because I don't care what city that you're in, you see homeless people, you see drug addicts. In the US and Canada, the majority of those homeless people are on drugs or alcohol. And the first step to recovery is to get these people clean. And of course, we hope the governments come in and provide housing and jobs, get these people back on their feet. But this is a very, very important time. There's big movements in the US and Canada to get this done, because there's really nothing on the horizon that can do what Ibogaine does. Here's the amazing thing about Ibogaine. When you take your average addict or alcoholic, whatever their affliction is, many of them have either depression, PTSD. That's all part of the deal. A lot of veterans take Ibogaine. They've had brain injuries or they got a lot of PTSD. But if you're an addict and you have those issues, how people are suicidal, they have all those issues, Ibogaine tackles all of those things at the same time. It does work for the depression and the PTSD as it is wiping clean your addiction. So that's why it's just an amazing drug, because it does all those things at the same time. You don't have to go for a treatment for addiction and then go for your PTSD and then do another one for depression. It tackles all that at the same time, and the results have been phenomenal. One of the mistakes about this drug is it works. The scientists know it works, but no one can explain how it works. There's many drugs that are in the same boat. But what it does, it's not a blocker. It actually it actually works in a way, it attaches itself to many receptors within the body, and it's a totally different outcome than taking an Advil or something that blocks pain. This goes in, this actually resets your brain. There have been studies where people took Ibogaine for traumatic brain injury, for instance, and 2/3 of the population that participated in that study either stopped smoking or drinking coffee. Not because they wanted to, that wasn't the desired outcome. It just happened because the drug is very powerful and takes away those cravings. And when you take away the cravings, that is the number one reason why addicts and alcoholics relapse in their recovery process. They can go to clinics, they can be there for 30 days, 60 days, some go 90 days. But the toughest thing for them to do is get rid of that craving. They always want that drug, or they want that next drink. And that's what Ibogaine does. It takes away that craving. At 6 months, it's 80% are still clean, and over 50% over a year, which is amazing since traditional recovery today, 7 to 8%. 7%, some say 8%. But that's the issue. So when it takes away that craving and actually resets that brain, when people take Ibogaine through a clinic, you have to do it in a clinic, they come out and their brain is ready to go. It's like they're 5 years old again. Like a kid just learning how to walk. They want to run. They can't run yet, but they want to because their mind is just completely open, waiting for new things. That's part of that brain reset. That's what we're here for. This is going to help millions of people. And it's not a U.S. issue. It's not a Mexico issue. It's not Canada. This is worldwide. There isn't a country in the world, well, maybe a couple countries, but every country in the world has homeless addicts. Addiction is a huge issue, and that's what we're here to try to fix.